I want to talk to you about the sermon series that we're going to start tomorrow at Grace Church. For the next 6 weeks, we are going to look at God. The sermon series is entitled God Over All Things. We might say, yeah, I believe that God is over all things in a theoretical, intellectual, theological way. But do we practically understand what that means? I don't think we do for the most part, because we don't live differently than the world, or we don't live differently than those that are considered unbelievers. If we truly believe in the God that's revealed in Scriptures, and specifically revealed in Jesus Christ, it makes a radical difference. The word radical has the root in it foundational. When we get to the very foundation of who we are as beings and how this universe runs and who we are as covenant beings, meaning people who have been saved by God's grace, that should massively impact the way we think and the way we live and the way we feel and the way we prioritize and the way we do parenting and the way we do husbanding and wifing and doing all these things. It should impact how we think about school and reading. It should impact how we think about everything. It should impact how we feast and how we play and how we have sex and how we do all things. And that is a vision of the glory of God, a vision of who God is over all things. And so the next 6 weeks, I'm going to try to go at this topic of God over all things. Tomorrow I want to introduce it and look at the first table of the 10 Commandments, the first four commandments, and how they guide and instruct how we must think about God, how we must approach God according to His will. I think it's the second catechism. What rule doth God given to direct us how we may glorify and to enjoy Him? The Word of God, which is contained in the Scriptures of the Old and New Testament, is the only rule to direct us how we may glorify and to enjoy Him. So we're going to go to His Word. His Word directs us how we would know and enjoy God. Please pray for me and pray for yourself. When we come together on a Sunday morning, it is the most important aspect, I think, of our lives. In our Christian and our entire lives, I think that's crucial to what God intends to be shaping and doing. He is providing this time where we come and we worship God together as a church, and then we sit before the Word of God and we ask His Spirit to speak to us, and we ask Him to transform us. We ask Him to feed us. We offer up our sacrifices and offerings to Him with thanksgiving, and we know He receives them, and we know He says accepted because of the gospel. And so please join us these next 6 weeks. Will you join me by praying? I want to be freshly awakened by the glory of God as we look at this series. I want you to be freshly awakened to the glory of God in these next 6 weeks and beyond. I hope that we see the practicality, the relevance of a subject that, like God, and who He really is, and how that matters to us and this world and the future and the present, revealed in the Scriptures, and how that relates to everything in our lives. Everything.